Hello! So it is Saturday at like 4:10 and we're leaving for Mount Fuji. I have my snacks and my water. I have my extra pairs of clothes on the floor, and yeah, it's gonna be a long time. Hopefully this lasts us. Hopefully it's good. We are gonna rent some stuff at the station. So yeah, I'm very nervous and very excited, so we'll see how it goes. For now, I'm alive, and that's what matters. Hello, so we're on the bus. This is Emery, by the way. This is Brian. Where is he? Wait. My finger's pointing the wrong way. And this is Destiny. Yes. And yikes, shit's happening. I'm sorry. Okay. So we're on our way to Mitaka Station. We're gonna meet up with two other people. Anyways, as I was saying, we're on the bus. We're heading to Mitaka Station. We're gonna meet up with two other people. And yeah, then we're gonna take the train and then another bus and stuff. So yeah. Are you ready?
Ready? No. I don't know what I'm doing.
Same. Hello. So we're on another train to get to Kawaguchiko Station to take a bus to Mount Fuji. This station. We're supposed to get there at 8:30. And the bus takes off at 8:10. So let's see if we make it.
It's come back on me like for like 2.5 years. I was really
I just got on the train and it's supposed to take off really soon, but I had to use the bathroom. So I ran and I used the bathroom and there's a line. So here's the men's room.
See, that's the issue with the show right
I didn't even watch it.
I can't help it.
That's fine.
No, that's the reason
I'm sorry.
anyway.
Brian tried to sit down, but I'm recording. Okay, I'm gonna say bye-bye. So, hi. Hi, we just got out of the cab and we had to take a cab. Yes, we did. And I am cold. We are at the 5th station. We haven't even started hiking and I'm freezing. It is drizzling. Let me get my bag. And yeah, so wow, okay. It is like 9:20. Hold on. Oh, I have my phone. I was like, where's my phone? I'm recording. I'm so sorry. Anyways, yeah, so we'll see. I'm already so cold, and this isn't even the start. I'm not ready for this. I'm scared. Okay, bye. Hey, we made it to the 6th station. Holy shit. Fuck. You can't see that. Oh, the tiny light's right up there. That's where we still have left to go. So, yikes. We made it though. 1st station. Yay, ganbatte. Hello. We made it to the 7th station. I'm cold and I'm wet. And I'm tired.
Sarah!
You can't see anything, but it is 11:17. So it's me. Oh, you can't even see really.
Yeah,
Amber and Ryan, and we're on our way back. Here we go. I feel like spooky, you know. Anyways, it was kind of sad. The weather was really bad, and there was just no way that we could do it. A couple of us went on ahead because they were brave and or stupid. We'll see. Hopefully they're okay. Kind of worried. But yeah, we're heading back down. And it was some night. Hello. It's 4:30 a.m. I don't know. I'm sorry. I almost hit Brian's face. Sunrise is happening in about an hour. We are close to the 5th station now. Or 6th, I suppose. And yeah. I want to go home. Okay. Bye-bye. Kawaguchiko Station. We're heading back to Shinjuku to go home. It is now 11 and it has been about 5 hours since we got back from Mount Fuji, or ended the hike. So, we're tired. We're all tired. Yeah. Hello, I made it back to my dorm. I am in one piece. Boy, do I have a lot to say, but I'm sweaty and I need a shower. So, I will let you know exactly, in detail, how I felt about this Mount Fuji trip, because it was a wild ride. Hello, it is about 10:40 p.m. on the 9th. I got back from Mount Fuji earlier this afternoon, so bear with me as I tell you my experience. It might be a little long, but I'll try to keep it short. So we started off our journey on Saturday at 5 p.m. and first of all, transportation just sucked. It was long and it took us like 2.5 to 3 hours to get there. But we were banking on taking a bus at 8:10 at a place called Kawaguchiko Station. And that station would take us to the 5th station on Mount Fuji. And for a little background, there's like 10 stations along Mount Fuji. So we wanted to take the bus to the 5th station. But they conveniently didn't tell us that our bus wasn't running and was canceled. So we got there and there was no bus. So we had to take a very expensive taxi to the 5th station. And then by the time we got there, the shops were closed, so we couldn't buy any of the gear that we needed. So a lot of us didn't have like headlights or flashlights. We didn't have gloves or like the proper pants. So it was a good start. It was a good start to the hike. And I showed you most of the clips from when I stopped at the stations. I didn't really take much when I was climbing because it was rough. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought it would be like an easy trail up the side of a mountain, but at some points we were just on all fours, like climbing on rocks, just like holding on to the railings. Like it was a lot, and it would start to rain heavily, and like the wind was blowing super strong as we were trying to climb up, so it was a whole bunch of just not good things all at once. And then we would get to like the stations and we would like want to take a break, and there were little huts where you could, but you had to pay so much money just to like stay in the hut. So we weren't going to pay that much, and so we just like huddled outside of the station. Like it was pouring rain and we were already soaked, and it was not fun. So it wasn't very much of a break, because if we didn't move too long we would start to get too cold, so then we had to keep going, and it was just like so annoying. And yeah, so we got to the 7th station, and at one point we literally just crowded into the bathroom because that was the only place that was semi-warm, that we didn't have to pay for. And then when we got to the 8th station, there was a shop selling cup noodles, and for $6, and I got it because I was freezing, and literally my hands were so cold that I couldn't pay for the money. Like I couldn't take it out of my wallet, and I ended up pouring the cup noodle broth on my hands just to warm them up. Like that was how cold my hands were. Like I felt like I couldn't move them. And so I ended up also buying gloves there, but they gave me cloth gloves. And as I said, it was raining, and so during my trip, like I would just squeeze my hand like this, and literally there would just be a trail of water coming down from my gloves. So my fingers were soaked, my feet were soaked. I mean, everything was soaked, really. So it was just not fun. And we got a little bit past the 8th station, and at this point I was already thinking about turning back because I was miserable. I was cold, my legs were hurting, and I just was not having a good time. But when we got there, there were some guides and pro hikers, and they were basically saying, like, you have to turn back, like, there's a storm up there, it's not safe. So like half of us decided that it would be best to just like go back down the trail, but then the other half wanted to keep climbing up to the summit. So I went with 2 other people and we started climbing back down, but somehow we ended up taking a different trail than the one we had gone up, and the one we had gone up was supposedly the easiest trail. And so as we were descending, it was still raining, and it was a super steep slope, but of just rocks. So we were climbing down a slope of rocks while it was raining, and it was slippery, and like everyone was doing it, and there was like, we had to wait in lines, and like it was so scary actually. Like, I am glad that I came out unscathed because I was scared a little bit for my life, but it's okay. I made it. I'm good. No injuries. It was definitely an experience. And on the way down, I had to use the bathroom. And as you can imagine, it didn't go well because my gloves were wet and toilet paper doesn't mix well with wet gloves. So it's a little TMI, but I'm giving you the full experience here. So it was not fun, and they don't have water, so you can't really wash your hands. Not that I could because I was wearing gloves. Anyways, it was interesting. And as we got back towards the 6th station, the sun started to rise. So we did end up seeing a sunrise. We didn't even need to climb to the summit. And it ended up being super, super beautiful. So that was a highlight. But yeah, that's like the only highlight of the whole trip, because we went back down to the 5th station and we wanted to take a bus back to Kawaguchiko station, but we got there around 6 a.m. and then they said the first bus was at 8 a.m. So we had to wait until that bus, and then we finally got on it to go to Kawaguchiko station, and then we had to go from Kawaguchiko station like back to campus. But we had to wait another 2 hours for a bus that would take us there. And that bus was a Highway Express bus. So it ended up dropping us off like on the highway, low-key in the like, which took us to the middle of a city, and then we had to take 2 more extra buses just to get back to campus. Like, it was wild. Transportation was not on our side. The weather was not on our side. Like, so many things just went wrong. And so I wish I just knew all of these things before. So if somehow you're ever here in Japan and you want to climb, don't go at the end of hiking season. Make sure you have enough gear. Just like plan properly and like know what transportation you're taking. Like, you don't even have to climb to the top to even see a good sunrise. So just so many things were wrong. And yeah, so I was not very happy with the trip, but what can I say? I mean, I crossed it off my bucket list now. So yeah, it was intense and very miserable at some times, and not the best thing I've done in Japan so far. Anyways, I have talked for a long time. I'm also exhausted because I've been up for more than 36 hours. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope you felt my journey and were able to experience it somehow through what I was saying. Yeah, so that was my Mount Fuji experience. Thanks for watching.